look at you, little most much, huh? Coming in here to the little restless. You gonna buy some things, yes? Shoe?
What is this? Unhand me.
Yeah, just a little shoe. Hey, you wanna buy a shoe?
Baby, do I look like I haven't wearing a shoe in my goddamn life?
Look, we don't need to buy any of your used shoes.
Yes, but you wanna buy a little lizard?
Wait, hold on. What do you got, a little... You got a lizard? Let me see that. Let me get over here.
Smart bear over here wants to buy.
Trevor, keep going. Don't worry, I'll catch up.
I'll try and find us a better park than this, I guess.
Hey, you want to buy
Don't
it?
fancy that.
You looking for parking space? I know where a good car park space is.
Yes, we need to park our zip.
Boris,
Yes,
don't
I got
drag
a
him
good
over to the ship.
space over here. I got most parking, all
Boris,
park.
right now you need to be serious. You need to get your game face on, boy, because he said he had a lizard that we could
I
look at.
am agreeing. I do not think we should be around here. I think we need to leave this area immediately.
Perhaps it would be a bit more expensive, but we could probably get a park a little bit closer to town.
Well,
You need to park that thing?
No, look, we're just gonna be on our way, actually, I think.
No, wait, I gotta park for you, I gotta park for him, I gotta park for them, I gotta park for you, okay? Let me see, I gotta park, it's gonna fit.
Well,
Hold
I
on,
mean,
just move it to the left. Yeah, that's my
I don't think we'll fit in there, though.
I'm not sure if we will.
We've got wings.
It'll park, I gotta park.
Don't try and fold. They don't fold.
Hold on,
The wings do not fall.
I gotta park, I know how to hold them, I know how to hold them, I've seen it. I know, I do it all the time.
What kind of alien even is that? How is he big enough to fold up our wings?
He would
Trevor,
go see
I
like
think
that,
we
like
need
that,
to
see?
just... you back off!
Wait, no. It's you need to take the wings off. It will only be maybe about 6 hours, and I can have them off.
Boris, we do not want to take the
if y'all had let me
wings off.
seen that lizard, this wouldn't have happened. If y'all just let me seen the lizard before this, I could have got the lizard. We could have been gone.
I'm getting back on board, and I'm starting the engines.
Where are you
my
going?
people.
You bloody abandoning us, Trevor. What are you doing?
People, excuse me, my people are leaving
I'm
in that.
keeping it running in
let me
case we
get
need
that.
to make a hasty
He is
exit.
constantly keeping in that.
Let me get that
ship.
lizard. I only got 2 seconds. Let me get that. How many credits? How many credits for that lizard?
Are you trying to buy a parking space?
But it has to be wide enough for the wings, because I'm not allowed to take the wings off.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't
Pass it.
mind,
Just pass
if you don't mind having some other things park on top of or under the wings, I got a spot.
No, Bobby doesn't say, no, Bobby's got a space for you. Okay, Bobby got a space for you that don't gotta be on top of nobody. You gotta be under somebody. You gotta be under somebody, but like, don't gotta be on top. Don't listen to that guy. He's a scam. He's a scam. Shoo scam, okay? Much more scam, okay? Not Bobby. Bobby don't scam.
Oh, bloody hell. Retreat to the ship.
See, he
Retreat
ain't
to the
gonna
ship.
park here. He ain't. Look, he's starting up.
Too much.
Hey, where are you going? We could work out a deal.
You got that
One
lizard?
of you said we could park on
Boris,
top. I
Boris,
think
get in the ship.
parking on top is
Cleo,
better, because
just
then we can
grab
leave.
Boris.
Boris, they ain't
Okay,
gonna let us get a lizard here.
We'll
Come
talk
on.
later.
Come on,
My friends
Boris.
want me.
They ain't gonna let us get a lizard at
let's
this
get back
stop.
on the ship.
We
This
gotta
is-
try to get a lizard at the next stop.
Yeah, lizard at the next stop.
You promise? Wait.
Like,
Z,
I'm going to take us to that
Z.
place over there where there's buildings and roads.
Z.
Surely
Yeah,
the people
yes,
will be
Cleo,
a
yes, I
slightly
promise we'll
higher
get another
trash
lizard.
class.
A whole lizard, not half like that other guy, like he had.
Well,
The whole lizard.
We'll get a lizard.
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
Gonna get a lizard.
All right,
I'm
Boris.
sure there are
come on.
plenty of lizards in this trash heap.
We gotta get out.
Wait, it's Bobby. Wait, but Bobby had a spot for you.
Oh, shucks, they're gone.
Oh, we'll get another one next time. There's a sucker ball in every
Guys, where are you
minute.
going? Because Bobby can find a spot there too, okay? Bobby has a spot everywhere. This is Bobby's trash heap, okay?
Here we go, guys. It's a further parcel of stories and things. That is the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space.
Oh my
God, I can't believe we're here.
To the trash pile.
We made
of
it
my
all the way
dreams.
to the most literal interpretation of orbital refuse we've had yet.
I think our listeners can understand if I let them know that we have been derailed for about 3 hours now before getting to this point.
Yeah. So everything's feeling real good.
Yeah. We've had a good,
Nice and
strong catch-up.
You know, things are so loopy
Yeah.
and warm. It is warm though, for real. Like, I am sweating.
Oh, it's good.
But
sometimes you need that moment just to catch up. Just to
you do, to wild out.
wild out.
But the thing is that, like, we, by all accounts, should not have been able to get to this point. We should not have made it through Wraith space. We didn't bring a planned gift. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We didn't have a plan.
But we did it. We made it.
We did it.
We made
So
it.
you've escaped like a literal civil war, a military blockade. You
Yes,
got
we did.
through a giant star-sized asteroid field.
Yeah,
You,
impenetrable.
the
Not
war.
for us.
You navigated the local politics of Wraith warlords,
Oh,
Indeed.
and you've
nailed
made your
it.
way back to mid-space.
as Hakes would say.
Specifically
Nailed it.
to the satellite comprised entirely of trash that orbits mid-space.
We
Known,
are there. We have arrived.
known as
Or
Prospect
as Boris would call it, the leftovers.
The treasure heap.
Yeah, the treasure heap.
The pit of treasures.
Oh, yes. Dickie,
The
have you got a lot of
amazing
stuff planned for
library
us
of
here?
cool shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
and
got some bits and
stuff.
pieces.
And
Oh.
thanks.
I always wonder, like, is this new location that you've set up for us something that you've looked forward to, or something that you've kind of not winged? No, that's not correct. But
Is this somewhere that you've been like, oh my god, I wish they'd hurry up?
yeah,
we get-
exactly. That's what
I
I'm
mean-
wondering. Yeah.
I see. Like I have, it's a bit of both. Like Prospect Town did not exist in my initial map of
Okay.
of the
This
galaxy.
is behind the fucking
Fucking
scenes.
behind
You
the
know?
veil.
It showed up. Like I was like I did want to have like a trash planet, but then I kind of like I changed my mind and thought like a trash satellite makes so much more sense with the way like us sentient
the way we're
beings
behaving?
are. Like yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't you just
Tracks?
compact it all into a fucking satellite and you just keep it orbiting, and then you've always got it there. And then when it gets too big, you just flick it into the sun, don't you?
Wait, that's really smart. Why have we not
I think
hired Dick?
I think it costs a lot of energy to like shoot shit into space, and it causes a lot of pollution. So I think sending the entire world's trash into space not viable with our current technology, at least.
Elon, help us out, baby.
Figure it out.
If he invents like a clean way to propel shit into space, I'm sure.
WYD,
Well,
what
once
you
we get-
doing?
Once we get a space elevator, everything will be fine. Just fucking work
Oh, is he still doing that?
straight up. I
Pew.
mean, I think the world is still aiming for a space elevator, right?
I don't know. That feels like really dumb.
What? Why?
Like, because have you ever like had an elevator problem while you were in it?
Oh yeah, I mean when it breaks, it's going to be.
Or
a
like,
real
have you ever worked
fucking
somewhere
nightmare.
that had an elevator and so you were privy to the amount of times that somebody had to call the elevator repair person and how bad it was every time it happened? And like how you had to have this like weird conversation with the people trapped inside and be like, hey, it's going to be fine.
I love that your
Have you ever
mind
been
has like taken
decapitated
those
by an
mundane
elevator?
things and applied it to this like global.
That was not mundane when it was my job.
this
It was always
worldwide
so
space
embarrassing.
elevator.
It's so embarrassing when you have to be like, look, hey, you are trapped and that shouldn't be happening, but it is. And we're so sorry. And one day the guy will come, but they're very specialized employees. So like he's very busy and like he isn't coming right now.
So pee in a bottle.
So you are literally trapped here against your will.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Would you like me
imagine
to
if
play
that was
some
happening.
Shania Twain over the speakers?
Heck yes.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Let's
I
go,
would-
girls.
I would request that. I'm going out tonight. The night of my life. I'm trapped and I'm gonna die. I didn't think this would happen. I dream about it sometimes, and now I'm really wondering why. The best thing about being free is the prerogative to pee in a restroom instead of in here. This is crazy.
Peeing in bottles.
It's in my hair. It's in my. It's over there. Oh, no.
I love that the entire chorus is just about how there's piss everywhere. Because
Boy, this is really going to be a lot of work.
That is the heart of the matter when you're trapped in an
All
elevator.
right, Dickie, I think just take us straight into this. We need to.
I just want you to
So
know,
the Bastards,
though, as a
having-
gift for you, that didn't clip. So
having
Thank you.
passed all these obstacles in their way and having come back into midspace, as you made your initial approach into Prospect Town, you could see that it is. I mean, it's smaller than most moons, but it
there's like 55 guys selling lizards.
it is a
Peeing in bottles.
is a compacted trash ball. It's just trash on trash on trash. It has its own it's built around basically like a little sort of artificial black hole type thing. So
Oh.
it's super dense in the middle, and because it's super dense in the middle, but it's not actually that big. It's been sort of balanced at quite a healthy gravity for beings such as yourselves. It also
So
has an
people have
artificial.
to rely on trash being delivered and put in to maintain their safe distance from the black hole.
Does it eat the
to
trash?
maintain a nice safe density. Yeah.
In this
Whoa.
universe, do you believe that a black hole is a portal?
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Throw some trash into
Fuck,
it.
it's the same as the real world. Damn it.
I was hoping that like we could solve that tonight, but
Yeah, we can.
I get it.
We can, but we're going to do some role play.
All right.
But anyway, it has its own little sort of terraformed ecosystem as well, because
Damn.
actually Prospect Town. Where did I get my naming convention from?
Yeah.
Prospect Town it actually relies on scavengers and prospectors, as they prefer to call themselves,
Okay.
who actually keep things organized, because the people of midspace, they just send these great big frigates full of just refuse. It just gets dumped on one side, and it all gets sort of like rounded out and sifted through by the prospectors, who recycle as much as they can. Which, to be honest, like, you know, they're recycling non-stop, and there's a lot of people there, and like people realize, oh, actually, you know, if I can't make it in midspace, maybe I can make it in Prospect Town, and yeah, there's a ton of recycling going on, and stuff getting shipped straight back to midspace to be sold in stalls and so what. But there's also like these great sprawling markets on Prospect Town itself. Everything's overseen by a shady little organization known as the Prospectors Guild, who are the sort of the
club?
mercantile class of Prospect Town.
We know about clubs.
We know about clubs.
And they they live by a very simple code. This is like even more so than midspace. This is a very lawless place. But they do live by a code, and that code is essentially finders keepers.
What's the
Never
second
heard
part?
No, that's the code. Finders keepers.
Finders keepers. All right.
Well,
It
I
keeps-
love that.
I mean, if you live
because-
on a giant ball of possibility, and you know your livelihood relies on the things that you find, finders
Well, you
keepers is a very valuable law to have in place.
sure ain't talking about her.
Yeah.
It keeps things very simple, keeps things very civil. You know, like the more work you put in prospecting, the better chances you have finding something good.
All right.
All right.
But of course, these markets are filled with a lot of other sort of scavengers who are not of the Prospectors Guild, and those are the kinds of people who are mobbing you to try and get any sort of credits they could out of you.
And we're looking
with the
for a
parks or
place
the
to
outskirts of
repair.
town.
I imagine we're looking for a place to buy some new clothes. I know we promised Reese a new paint job.
And
Yeah.
some food.
And so, we need to get our batteries fixed.
yes,
as
Prospect
well.
We
Town.
need batteries. Yeah, we need
batteries.
and we need
Yeah, primarily. Prospect
that.
Town has
Yeah.
is almost like this sort of, you can sort of see like where the development is happening. There's an epicenter, and it right in the middle of things, where it's like the older parts of the town. It actually looks kind of normal. Like everything's sort of like packed together out of trash, but it's the best bits of trash. It's like, you know, the big sheets of paneling, like
Ooh.
from great big Star Destroyers and so on, like that have been, you know, welded together to make better looking walls and stuff. And then as you get further to the outskirts, it devolves more into trash until you get to a point where you're not sure, is that someone's house or is that just a pile? And
Okay, yeah.
mood.
and on your second attempt at parking, Boris, begrudgingly admitted that the part of the town where you'd need to be to fix the ship anyway is much more central and kind of directed you in.
Boris
Of
doesn't
course,
like
yeah,
this part of
parking.
town, though.
Well, yeah, you get killed parking, and like there's nothing to be found as well. Everything's already been recycled and refurbished. So he was hoping to get a little bit of prospecting in while he was here.
Oh, we can still get some prospecting in.
I mean, like, you ever been on a hike and everybody else is going, but you're like real busy picking up rocks, even though? That's how this is about to go down.
Yeah, they shiny.
But anyway, you managed to find a way to basically a space dock, a little private spaceport, and you're waved in. You're given like this the red carpet rolled out almost by this this tiny little creature, kind of furry, pointy ears on top, not dissimilar to like sort of a bipedal rodent.
Ooh.
With very sort of very front-facing sharp teeth and sort of like a mangled, slightly sickly kind of appearance.
And we can see it we're inside the ship, and we can see it like on the dock or.
Yeah, it's just there, sort of like waving you in, like pointing down gleefully at a cordoned off docking space.
We ever seen one of these?
You've not, but it's there are a lot of intelligent species in this galaxy, and this
Oh,
is
look,
not
a
one
very
of the ones
happy
you've encountered
person
before.
waving us in to land. Trevor, they look very excited to see us.
Let me see.
Oh, yes. Yes. I think we can trust him. He looks very trustworthy.
He's smiling very large.
Oh, I like it.
This is quite a good place as well, because I can see there seems to be a well-stocked workshop there. So if we can arrange for me to use that, then we can get things fixed a little faster.
Oh, Boris, I don't know if you understand the idea of hiring someone else to do it. Do you expect to be able to just get off and then use their tools to fix the ship?
Well, it would be very nice if they said yes.
Oh, Boris, we could just hire someone else to do it, and we could go hit the town.
Oh, hit the time. I haven't eaten in like
Oh,
46 hours,
I suppose so.
and you know they got fried tentacle in a place like this.
They've got fried tentacle, Boris. You know
You
they've
know
got
they
fried
do.
tentacle here.
And all the chili mayo you can imagine.
Chili mayo.
Trevor pulls the ship down and sort of parks it very gently and carefully into the space. You can see like there's almost like a sort of little smirk on his face. He gives like a little head shake. It's like, yeah, I got that right in the middle.
Ah, yes.
He knows. He's almost tempted to like pull out a little slide rule and just check how close to the center he really
Oh my
is.
Do not worry,
He's not
Trevor.
coming.
We are still aware of your name, the hero.
Yes. Well, okay. I guess we try this again then. Yeah. This little thing out there seems, well, he doesn't seem quite as desperate as that mob outside of the city, at least.
You think he got a lizard though?
Yes.
Well, we can ask him, Cleo.
We're going shopping.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed that I could have got a lizard earlier, and I didn't do that. So
You hear
already
like a
having-
little sort of rap on
Already
the
having a bad
outside of the
time.
airlock at the back of the Grey Dragon.
something is on the ship.
I'll push Boris forward.
Okay then.
Boris sort of like walks up and like slams the button to open the door, and the door opens up, and like with a jolt, you see the rodent type creature is like nice and close now. Now you're getting a closer look at it. It is quite mouse-like, but with green fur. It has big pointy ears though, with sort of long
it's green?
tufts on top.
What was that
And,
mouse
yeah,
you gave
this
us in
quite-
Raloran?
Dan.
What was that mouse called?
Dan.
Squid.
What was the mouse in
Skeeb.
Raloran called?
Skeeb.
Skeeb. Skeeb.
Yeah.
Skeeb.
Oh my god.
What do you think I'm going to call this thing?
I don't
Green
know,
bean.
but I'm excited.
I was really hoping to get to say the word skeeb before you remembered the Raloran
Fuck, I'm
mouse.
sorry. I can edit it out, but I'm already
But yeah,
excited.
but you're not going to be able to get that natural.
There's no
response
genuine
of,
thing,
"Oh
but
my
I am
God, it's skeeb."
excited.
Yeah.
I am excited.
Dan shot his early.
I shot my shot. too soon.
Too soon.
I got too
I mean,
Never
it's not the most
Never happens.
not the
but
most subtle callback
Never
of all
happens.
time.
Thanks,
is it?
Taylor. It does not ever happen.
I was gonna name it Green Bean.
Green bean.
Green bean.
Green Bean.
Green bean.
That's an excellent party name though.
Yeah.
You're, like, looking-
It's me! What's he doing so close? We don't need the stepladder. The ship has its own stairs. But just take it away!
The furry little creature's like, oh! It shuffles itself backwards down the stairs. It's kind of like sliding down almost on its hands. You can it's dressed in like sort of like this leather, very
It's
sort of
so
tactical
cute.
gear, but with its long hairless tail sticking out the back,
Oh, beautiful.
and it very quickly sort of like undoes the brakes on its little sort of push stairway and yanks it out of the way and sort of gives a wave as Boris rolls his eyes and pushes the button to make the dragon's ramp descend.
Cleo's looking out the door at it like, oh, look at that. Where's it going?
Boris, what was that?
Boris, you let that in the ship. Boris,
Boris, you got to be very careful about
in the
this.
ship.
you just let that run on up in here like we let animals in here.
Yeah, we don't want
I didn't know
animals in
that
this
he had
ship.
its own
Boris.
stairs.
We ain't never let an animal in the ship. Boris,
Yes, please.
we got allergies and things.
Yes.
I mean, really. Oh, I just
Boris is sort of looking confusedly at Cleo and then like at the shed fur all over the floor.
it's just the dander. The dander.
Boris, there are standards aboard the Grey Dragon, alright?
It's
And
the
today
dander
you have
on
let that
animals.
slip.
Really just it ekes me.
Look, you know what, Boris? I think we're going to have to chat about this when we get back from this little excursion.
The dander.
I'm sorry.
Oh no. Now get me off of this ship. I got things to buy. I got things to eat. You know what I mean?
And sort of as the ramp is descending, sort of Boris sort of trots down, leaving the doorway free for descent.
Okay, I'm gonna go down, but I'm gonna take the stair.
You know
This
how
time.
when you see some more senior folks at the supermarket, they have the thing with two wheels that follows behind them? It's like a little
Okay.
box to put shopping
I
in.
used to use that too, and I think they're really great.
Yeah. Dr. Z's got
And-
one of them, and I am pulling it with me and going down the stairs, ready to go
we
shopping.
got one of those. I got one
Do you-
of those.
I'm like,
I love
okay,
those.
okay, jerk. It's really great when you walk places,
Yeah.
all right? Like, and do you have like a little bum bag and like a little
Yeah,
open?
I got a bum bag. I got a little like flat
like an
cap
open
pointing
top
up.
visor
Yeah.
with like the see-through like
Yes.
bill.
And it's
Yeah.
got Zagmoon excursion expeditions like written across it.
Like we didn't just almost die there 13 times.
Exactly.
Loved it. 10 out of 10. Would go again. Call your travel agent.
Yeah.
So great. All expenses included. All inclusive. Don't bring your kids. Animals are
Definitely.
fine.
Anyway, as you do descend the stairs, you see the little green rat creature is just sort of around the side, was like sort of hidden behind the wing. And when you get down, you see that they're still there waiting for you, having just sort of parked up their stairwell and sort of shoved it into a dirty corner. You now get a good look at the thing. You're inside a little walled compound. There's space for maybe two other decent sized ships to dock. You're the only one in here. And then there's a large garage workshop thing with like a big open door. You can see inside that seems to be like some smaller, like a little just a tiny little ship is just in there getting some sort of work done on it. It's all sort of pulled apart, got a lot of exposed gears inside. Then you can see there's off to the other side there's like a dome-shaped house. It sort of looks like it's actually been crafted out of just a single, dome-shaped piece of shielding of armor that's been taken off some sort of craft and
Oh, damn.
repurposed into a little sort of hut that this creature probably lives inside. And then there's walls all around, and it's all a little bit dusty. The ground is just sort of compressed, packed down, dirt. But relatively, aside from everything being made out of repurposed trash, it is kept in an immaculate state. And the creature sort of hops and scurries. You can see like it uses its tail quite a bit when it moves. Its tail being quite a lot longer than its legs.
Skeeb is very pleased to have reputable customer.
Ah,
Well, I mean, we are quite reputable.
reputable. Yes.
What's that? Reputable?
We are here of reputation.
Repairable? We got that. We got that in spades.
Yes, customer. Oh,
He sort of looks back and sees Boris as well, sort of like, like, sort of moving from one foot to the other, sheepishly behind the two of you, as you sort of have arrived a bit more bombastically, and he's sort of like,
oh, much customer.
Yeah.
Well, now quit being ugly. Boris is that's how big he is, all right?
Yes, you leave Boris
Jeez.
alone.
Lord. Sure, ma'am. Boris, you bring the stuff.
What stuff did you want me to bring, Cleo?
Like, you got a bag or like a box or like I gotta fill some things up.
We're going shopping,
and
Boris.
Boris sort of does a little thing where he pops on his jacket, and you realize that that it has layers, and those layers are all little satchels
Boris is a bag of holding. Checks out.
that sort of expand out almost like an accordion. These layers of satchel.
It's like one of those things you put in your closet that folds down, but you put shoes in it. That's Boris.
Exactly.
It's pretty much exactly that.
I'm going to look over at Skeeb.
Ah. So, Skeeb, is it?
Yes, Skeeb.
Yes, well, Skeeb, I have a shopping list I would like to inquire with you.
Yes, you person with much most. You get what you want. You ask Skeeb can find.
Oh, thank you very much, Skeeb. Now, I am a collector of oddities, as long as they are collectible and have some type of numerical value. And when I say that, I mean 1 to 10, not those dollar signs. So if you have anything like that, I would be very interested. But in the meantime, Reese.
Skeeb does not collect. Skeeb does not collect. But Prospect Town, best place for such things.
Ah, yes, I am looking forward to finding some very old merchandise here. Now, are you able to communicate with Reese? Here, Reese is our AI of this ship.
Access must be granted for Skeeb.
Reese, will you
Yeah.
please allow access to Skeeb here? I'm trying to get you a paint job.
Okay, Doctor.
You can see Skeeb has pulled out like a little device, a very ramshackle looking little sort of tablet type thing. He holds sort of like his clipboard and sort of tapping about on a long pointy clawed finger, sort of getting in like
Line of communication established.
Excellent. And if that fails, I'm sure the grumpy human sitting in the cockpit, Trevor, will do.
Trevor ain't coming shopping?
I'm guessing Trevor isn't coming shopping. He always wants to stay behind and look after the ship.
I can hear you out there, Z, and yes, someone has to look after the ship.
Trevor, that's boring as hell.
Yes, look, I'm sure Reese will be able to look after themselves for one time.
We've only just met this thing, and Reese is a helpless little thing.
Boris, is that true? Is Reese a helpless little thing?
No, Reese is very big.
There
Trevor,
we
you're
go,
being real tight right now. You're
There we
being
go,
real
Trevor.
tight. Your
Time to
pants
come
are
eat
so
some tentacle and some chili mayo.
You're being real tight about this, Trevor. Your pants are so tight, if you fart, you'll blow your boots off. Listen,
I'm just saying we better not lose the ship. I don't want to be stranded here forever. I'm coming out.
And as Trevor sort of steps out, and you can see Skeeb is typing away on the thing, like chatting with Reese. He's like,
Ship is missing most much.
Yes.
There will be time required for finding of parts.
Yes, we are missing some energy batteries thanks to the wild repairs done by our Herr Boris.
Yes. Can find.
I also think just ignore that little dangly tail at the back of the ship with the crate of a box hanging from it. We'd like to leave that intact if you could. Please don't fix that.
yeah,
In its current condition, it stays.
we like that tail.
We like
Maybe
that tail. Leave
Maybe
the
you
tail.
build that tail a dome so that ain't
Exactly,
nothing ever
yes.
bother it again.
Let's encase that tail.
remember like, what's that that board game where you had like a little bubble that you popped.
Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Did Mousetrap have like the bubble that you popped that had like the dice
No.
inside it though that went? Boom?
No.
No, but I know
that's-
what you mean. Yeah, it's.
Is that Sorry?
I don't remember.
Does Mousetrap?
I don't
Mousetrap
know.
might have had that.
I can't remember,
No,
but I know
Mousetrap
what
just
you're
had
talking
normal
about.
dice.
There was some game where you had to punch like a little.
And all it was just like a gimmick
pop-
for rolling
pop.
dice.
I can't
Yeah.
remember what game that was, but I think it was. I don't know. It was like Sorry or Life or something like that. Nah, Life was boring. It was just a flat game.
But regardless,
Life
that's the
was
sort of thing
boring.
that maybe Skeeb can build for you.
I need deposit. Skeeb needs deposit.
So, as an individual, I have 995 money, and we had Herodotus's half of the money, like that he took his half and then he left half, right?
Yes, you actually got a ton of cash, cold hard cash. Which
Okay.
did we put it on Dr. Z? I can't even remember.
I don't know.
Oh
where
yeah,
it
yeah.
went.
Dr. Z has got 47,000.
All right. Yeah, I can talk with Boris quickly.
Boris, get over
Yes,
here.
Doctor.
Boris.
Sorry, are we being secretive?
Boris, now this is your place. You brought us here. Now, how do we deal with these people? Do we haggle? Do we just accept the first price that's been thrown at us? I mean, how are we supposed to do this?
I think it is all right to haggle, but perhaps we just give him the deposit he wants because you can always trust. You can trust the prospectors.
You can trust the prospectors.
Yes, I am one myself.
All right. Well, then I'll trust you by trusting the prospectors.
And I'll look back over to Skeeb and say,
Yeah, we have it on good authority that we can trust the prospectors. Here is the transfer now.
Yes.
Boris, tell him.
Skeeb, Prospectors Guild member in good standing.
Tell him, Boris.
Yes, Boris.
You got like a secret handshake. Do it to him.
Boris sort of like looks a little bit confused. He's like,
Well, no, nobody would lie about that, would they?
"Oh, fucking hell, Dick."
Boris, do you
on,
remember?
like,
do you
you just-
Do you remember when we got like when we
I'm
ate that?
so caught up in the role play. I'm like going along with it, and then Dick's like, "No one would lie about that, would they?" And just like, "Oh, fucking hell."
Boris, now listen here. You listen here, Boris. All right, you listening?
Yes, Cleo.
Yeah. Well, do you remember how we ate that soup?
Yes.
Yes?
Somebody lied real big about that soup. You remember that?
Yes.
Hey, but they weren't in the Prospectors
Yeah,
Guild.
yeah. But they would have, if they knew that we cared about that, they would have just said they was.
Ah.
Now you see what I'm. You see what you pick up what I'm. You smell what I'm stepping in.
I see. Well, this would be very
Yeah.
easy for me to test.
Well, now do the test.
Do the test.
Just do the test.
All right, then,
and sort of Boris looks this way and that, and then he reaches into his inner pocket, and he pulls out what sort of looks just like kind of like a little sort of holographic card, almost about the size and shape of a bookmark.
Oh, girl, yes.
And he carries it over towards Skeeb and sort of like flicks it in the air a little bit and says,
may you get to keep what you find.
and Skeeb whips out a very similar looking holographic card and sort of wiggles it in the air as well.
And may you keep what you find.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah, they can do whatever
I'm
they want.
obsessed. I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
this. I want these cards in
Yeah.
real life.
Cleo, we've got to get ourselves one of those cards. That is one of the most
See?
valuable merchandise pieces I have ever seen.
You seen how shiny that thing
That
was?
thing is so damn shiny, and look at it.
Did
it's
you
like
see
it's
how-
it's like a handshake mixed into a piece
And
of
there's like
merchandise.
a whole.
everything.
There's a whole thing. With,
There's a whole thing going on it.
I mean, they got like a little, like a pass, like
Oh.
a pass keep, a
We
pass,
are
a passcode.
Cleo, we are going to
Wibbly
become
wobbling into the air.
prospectors today.
Don't look interested.
Don't look interested. Oh, yes. Lovely little card game you've got there.
Well, boy, girl, naked squirrel.
Anyway, as
That's
you've been ogling the Prospectors Guild cards, the boss is sort of like sort of muttered away to Skeeb and sort of hammered out a few details and then sort of like looking back and then nodding and sort of back and forth and it's like,
Skeeb here says that he can have the ship safe within, perhaps 4 days.
Yeah. Well.
He doesn't quite know the cost, but he will pass any savings he can make onto us. He's only asking for 2,000 in deposit now.
I mean, I've lost all track of what things cost in orbital refuse. Is 2,000?
we paid like 500 or 600 for the rover.
It is a lot. That is true. Okay, yeah. So $2,000.
But I feel like that's kind of like almost more. It's a little bit more than what you paid the last time we had to fix Reese.
That is true. Yeah.
Because I think you paid like 1,000 something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
But we got the money now.
It's definitely like it's bigger repair because I guess we messed him up really bad.
We've been through a whole lot of shit.
We have been through it.
There's also, there's just like a central piece of the infrastructure of the ship is being ripped out and needs completely replacing.
And he's got to build
a
dome.
All right.
He's got to build a dome over the thing.
Cleo, I'm going to need your thumbprint to authorize this payment.
If you can find it.
Yes, well, I'm sure Skeeb here would appreciate it.
I'm going to try to do it.
So I put a tentacle out to touch the pad.
One tentacle, one paw.
Oh no, your money is purely physical little canisters, remember?
I don't know. I want to try and figure out a way where it's not just me handing it over. I would like to have it like as a group handing, rather than like me controlling it type thing.
Yeah, Dick, we got a joint savings.
We got a joint savings account going on
while you were like on vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we've got sort of there's a prior rant of me going on about.
Oh, that's true. Though. Okay. So we'll
What if it's not the money handing?
No, it's a suitcase.
Just like.
The suitcase needs us both to touch it to open it.
A clandestine suitcase, but you've got your 2 fingerprints to open it up.
Cleo, I'm going to need both of us to authorize this suitcase to open to access the credits.
And I'll lean out my little tentacle to touch one half of the control panel.
All right. Hold up. Let me get got a lot of grease and little hairs.
Yes, you might want to wipe that off. I think it would interfere with the system.
Oh, see, there ain't no wiping this. This is part of me. This grease is part. This is my shell.
Yes,
this is like my carapace.
Trevor sort of idly leans over and holds out just a sort of a rag to Cleo.
I grow a new fingerprint every day. That's the dirt, boy. You let the dirt don't hurt. You let it encase you. Nothing will protect you more.
The dirt don't hurt.
Dirt don't hurt. That's what they say when you eat a little bit, get strong. Dirt don't hurt. These people don't know. Boris, they don't know like we do. They don't know about dirt.
So as the two of you, I guess, place your various appendages on the little thumb scanner on the console for your little suitcase, it pops open, revealing a very large cache. Not quite as large as it was prior to Herodotus taking half, but still a very large cache of credits.
Not bad. A lot of tentacles in there.
You're rather easily able to skim the requisite 2,000 off the top. You can see that he's not making a massive deal out of it, but Skeeb is sort of eyeing.
Great,
all these
we showed
credits.
him.
His eyes a little bit wider.
I was getting too hard, thinking I got money now.
I
was over here chewing on that word.
There's about 20 times what you're giving him now, sort of just sitting in there.
Yeah, all right. Oh, fuck. Okay, I would like to ask a permission because I would like to think that maybe Cleo sees Skeeb looking, and I would like to I know this is risky and I'm trying to be responsible.
Do it.
But I'm gonna do it. I would like to roll to build a tiny explosive, like a sparkler or like a little worm firework or like even a bottle rocket.
Ooh.
Like a driveway firework, something that if you were a kid that you'd put in a mailbox, like not gonna wreck anybody's life. A mailbox firework, you know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah.
Like this is the kind of firework that maybe you'd put in like a Coke can and be like, wow. And if it could hurt you if you hold it, like if you don't get away, you could definitely blow a finger off. Could happen, but not a grenade.
Yeah, it's not going to blow your hand.
Not a butt blaster, if you know what I'm saying.
Fucking hell.
It's not going to blow your butt off.
It won't, but it could blow your finger off. Like is it possible for me to to identify that's the like grade of explosive that I want to make?
I mean, you're an explosives expert. I think, as long as you roll well, you can do it.
Okay, well, let's find out, everybody.
Let's
Hold
do
your
it.
butts. Hold on to your butts.
Hold on,
Hold
your
on.
butts. Our butts are clenched, and you did all good.
It's a 14, so please God.
Please
But at
God.
least we're pulled into the place where we fix those kinds of problems, So
Yeah, so you can take some of your little explosive goodies and just using sort of minimal, just a taste of the
taste.
a little taste of the sand and so forth. Not enough to sort of create all that sort of big explosion. Just like a little mini one, a little sparkly one. Then you can get a few little sort of sprinkles of other crystals in there just to get some bit of color and a little bit of a little bit of pizzazz in it. But
Colors.
you're able to build
Smoke.
a little explosive that is much more akin to a sort of little firecracker than a grenade.
Oh yeah.
What I would like to do is, now that I've created that, I would like to let it set off on my outstretched palm in
Ooh.
front of Skeeb.
Ooh.
Like the kind of hand that you make if you're going to feed a cow or
Mm.
horse. And you like really protect your fingers and make sure they're like all bent and it's just your palm. And like I have a very leathery, weathered,
Yeah.
thick, nasty bear paw.
Thick.
Thick. Like it's gross. There's
So
probably...
are you setting it off so that it's just going to go off immediately in your hand?
I'm going to look at Skeeb and I'm going to do this little baby firework in my palm while I look at
So
him.
you're looking at Skeeb and he sees you sort of like fiddling around with something and then holding it out. And he sort of, he's offering, and sort of reaches out with one little clawed hand to snatch whatever you're holding out towards him.
This works. This works though. Fair.
Wait.
Fair as the mind killer.
Oh, shit. I don't want to kill him. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm going to kind of jerk my hand back.
All right,
And I'm
let's
gonna-
just have
I'm
a
gonna
quick
say-
little dexterity save.
And I'm going to just be like,
You allowed
Look
the
with
dick,
your eyes,
you allowed
not
the
your
dick to
hand.
get the dexterity save out of you.
I know, I did. You know what? That's how it be. And that's all right. Everybody pray to Glob.
Pray to Glob. Oh,
Pray to
God.
Glob.
Glob, damn it.
Wait, 4 is pretty good for me, though.
That's 4. I mean, Skeeb is pretty quick though.
Yeah,
Let's see how he
shit.
goes.
All right. Pray to Glob. I'm about to get a big heck in here. Here
That's
we
a
go.
15.
Wow, 15. Okay, he grabs it.
Skeeb reaches in and snatches the firework just as it goes off. It's
lesson
there's
learned.
a squealing, a mouse squeal of pain as he drops it, shaking his singed hand. This smoke, this firework is sort of backs away. His tail sort of lashing up into the air as he's like sort of sucking on his fingers. You can see that he's like a little bit burned. It didn't blow his finger off.
And then I am gonna say, you understand?
Keep understand.
This
Keep
ship,
fingers to self.
that was a baby. This ship is full of those. And if anything happens, if Reese call us when we're getting tentacle and he's saying, something's going on, something's happening, I don't like it. It ain't right. I'm getting riled. Now, if Reese tell us that, we got these phones. You see them on my hand? We each got one, all of us. And if
It's
we
all
hear
connected.
at any moment, every single one of them could go off. Now, I don't want to hurt Reese like that, but he knows the deal. And now,
Skip,
So
play
do
nice.
you.
Skip will play good. Skip, play nice. Skip, just do the job. Skip don't want those troubles.
God, why am
now
I lisping with Skeeb?
you're part of the
Skip don't want
family
no
now.
troubles.
If you don't understand the trouble, then you can't be in the family. So I guess now you is.
And as Boris is sort of like walking past, almost sort of strutting past, and he places one hand on the shuddering with surprise Skeeb, and he's like,
And Skip, I lay claim to all the trash, all the trash disposals on the ship. They are not for finding or keeping.
and he struts past.
Boris come in swinging it.
Boris is swinging. That's sweet D.
Boris. Boris is a mad lad, though. Like, we
Yeah,
know it.
He is.
We seen it. Can't hide your true colors. I like how
Well.
Boris saw that little moment and was like, I'm gonna use this.
Yeah, he's like, I've done this before. I've actually been blown up back on the Zog moon. I almost died.
I'm part of the family, okay?
Yeah.
Baptism by bomb.
I've been burnt.
I've been burned. I've been burned. I felt the burn.
He got like a little bit blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm going to try and
have
call
we all.
hail a taxi or something, or ask Boris.
Boris, I would like to inquire as to where to purchase some type of armor. I would like to feel a little bit stronger in my jelly frame. As you've noticed over our last few adventures, I've been quite close to expiring. I'd like to rely less on the shield and more on hard scrap armor.
Well, then we
ain't
go to the
wrong.
weapons quarter.
That ain't wrong.
We have choices. We go to the weapons quarter. We can buy off the south. Or, if you want something bespoke, we could try our luck in the outskirts.
What are you after, Cleo? What are you looking for?
Well, now, I mean, you might remember that I have done exploded a couple things,
Yes,
and
many things.
that little ditty right there, that was like my last. That's all I got.
You're out
tell
of
the-
explosives.
Don't tell the green bean over there.
No.
But I'm about out. That was it. I used my last lighter on that. Really. I mean, I was trying to save it, but
Oh, bleeding
really-
heck. We're gonna need to get a lot more stuff then.
we're gonna need to get a couple things. Yeah. I mean, now I need a couple more jelly capsules because now it's been a while since I've had that kind of protection, that
They
kind
were
of support.
they were quite good.
Yeah. I need the jelly capsules. I got explosive kits. I got to pick up like a lot of them. I might need like a treat because things been hard.
We need a few treats.
Trevor sort of butting like, yes, a drink wouldn't be bad.
Yes, a drink with
Yeah.
a tin top.
We gotta get a 10 top for everybody, like 10 times. And you know what? Maybe this is just a thought. After I get my treat, a couple times,
Yes.
maybe we need to stockpile some gifts.
Yes, I agree with that, Cleo. We are going to need to stockpile with some gifts.
Cause if we're driving around, we gotta have
Oh.
a gift cabinet. I think
We
we gotta have a
Not
gift
the
cabinet.
dumbest idea.
They didn't like my car.
Ready for Wraith space?
Yes.
They didn't like my car. If you
Yes.
can believe that. If you can believe that.
And what of you, Boris? What are you looking to gain from this leftover moon?
Well, the truth is, Doctor, I've been really hoping to meet some of my friends here.
Oh, okay, you got a couple.
What
I
do you
go to
mean,
the
friends? Are these
I go to the conventions, but those take place on Nutera sometimes. But I've never been to Prospect Town.
Oh, we gotta do it up.
Boris, as long as when we meet these friends of yours, you do it without us. We're trying to keep a low profile. I mean, we have just escaped the Terran Navy, after all.
We gotta make sure it's safe.
Yes.
Oh yes. Well, only some of them have been reading my blog.
What do you mean, blog?
What?
Immediately, I'm going to open up a little thing and try and find this blog. I'll roll a
Boris
hacking.
tweets.
I've rolled a 16 hacking. I'm trying to find Boris's blog.
You don't have too hard a time finding it.
You fucking find it. There are ads.
It's the web. It's basically Grey Dragon Boris 001.
Oh, bloody hell, Boris.
Oh my god, does
Wait.
he have a podcast?
Do I see Z1 fucking commenting on all the things?
I mean, Z1 has been in there like asking after Dr. Z, asking all sorts of stuff. It doesn't look like Boris has been replying though.
Good boy.
That's shady.
Yeah.
There are some layers to that.
Mm,
That's the internet, bro.
yeah.
That's rough.
So yeah,
Alright.
Boris's blog it seems to be a not particularly detailed account of his adventures. Most of his entries are like a couple of malformed sentences long that don't quite make a lot of sense, but they do. Like with your knowledge of what these events actually were, they very obviously outline every single thing that he's done with you guys.
It's Charlie from Always Sunny being like, me good, president, food, yes, water, nice, please, vote me. Just,
Oh my god, it is.
They seem like incoherent ramblings to the average person, but with your knowledge of what these things actually mean, he's basically not only has he detailed everything that you guys have done together. If someone were looking for you guys and wanted to know where you were about to go, he's also kind of been he's kind of been saying where you're on your way to as well.
Cool.
Boris, we're going to need to start using some code words here. It's not a conversation for now, but later on we're going to need to figure this out.
Oh, shit.
I might need to make you a program to try and keep us a little bit hidden.
Oh yes, Doctor. If you want the help on the blog, that would be fantastic. Some of your fans are there.
Right, I do not want to hear any more about Z1.
Hold up. We talking about fans.
Well,
Z got people?
What's this? Lots
let
of
me see
people.
that.
Lots of
Let me see
people
that.
want to know what the Dr. Z is getting up to.
Yes, and Boris, you're just putting this information out there into the world.
Well, I think it's an interesting story.
What is that? That don't look like... Oh, Z, that's a fan art.
Yes, that is a fan art, and it's a very accurate fan art, and while I am touched, I'm also a bit scared. Boris, we're going to need to really up your security game. Let's get a taxi.
I ain't never seen a fan art that good.
Yes. There we go.
And you see sort of Boris is sort of like waving about, and there was a very large sort of cyclops-like creature that you saw on the outskirts that was at one point was going to sort of maybe help like fold your wings and to fit you into a smaller car park. One of those creatures, and they are immense. We're talking 20 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
And kind of rotund as well. Like where these things sleep, they would not fit
They don't, baby.
in most systems infrastructures. But here on Prospect Town, the streets are wide, because they've got the luxury of having all the space in the world. Like they've got a constantly growing, celestial body after all. So the streets are nice and wide. And this creature is just sort of like lumbering through, pulling a kind of like a floating rickshaw.
Oh my god.
Oh, you be wanting a ride?
Is it like for multiple people rickshaw, like a big one?
It's a huge one.
You know what I'm picturing? Have you ever seen like a picture of a theme park and there's like a water ride where it's like a whitewater rapids kind of ride, and there's like a big circle
an inner tube.
raft. Yeah, but it's giant, and there's probably like 10-15 people sitting in seats in it.
It's like a giant like truck tire, but like one that's from a truck that's impossibly large.
Yeah,
I know that's
like that.
absolutely not what a rickshaw is, but
but this is like a rickshaw made from like space trash. So it being like sort of a circular thing with like little jet propulsions underneath it to keep it airborne, then he just like pulls it along so you get a nice smooth ride.
I desperately want to get in that as me.
Yeah.
But I'll settle for imaginarily getting in it as Cleo.
Time to hit the sights.
Oh! Z! Can we ride that?
Oh, we're riding. I'm getting right at the front. Hello, I'm Dr. Z, and you are...
Boris, come on! Come on in. Boris! Trevor?
Oh, right, my name's Parter.
Parter.
Parter, yep.
Parter,
Family
right?
name, it was my mother's.
Ah, excellent family name, Parter.
We're getting in here.
Right. Well, we won credit for the ride, or if you'd like to make some other sort of arrangement or deal, we could talk about it on the way.
You got like a pass? You got passes?
Yeah, how about a day pass? Can we hire you
like
for the day
5
Parter?
days.
5 days. Well, potentially 5 days.
Oh. Well, yeah.
For me and my family here.
I couldn't accept a credit less than 35 for the day.
For the
For
day.
all of us. For all of us. All.
35 for the day, you get me and my cart.
How about 20 for the day?
Well, I don't think
Other people can get in too.
Yeah, I could probably be taking 20 rides easily.
Yeah, well you can still do that.
So we've got 45,900 Tay.
Yeah.
What do we want to do? Do we want a 35 for the...
That's with the 2,000 already gone.
Look, I know that I'm not being like really a great haggler, but like let's blow it. Let's go.
Yes, all right.
Cleo's already halfway in with her like short little fat bear leg trying to like get in there, and it ain't working out. So like you haven't paid yet, but you better quick.
So Parter sort of reaches back with one long hand and sort of scoops Cleo up into the thing easily.
So just like how in movies you've got that that scene where the camera zooms in on the wallet being like slowly emptied and there's just a hand reaching in and taking stuff out. Mm-hmm. Every time you have money coming out of our account, you can imagine a tentacle and a paw reaching into a chest and pulling out credits and handing it over.
We're here to spend some
every time that money is being spent, there is a
time.
paw and a tentacle reaching in, grabbing things out and handing it over.
We're here to hit the city and buy some trash tonight.
One man's treasure is trash. That trash is their treasure.
We're gonna get a tentacle.
And
That's the one thing I can't change.
Chili sauce.
Chili sauce.
Priceline presents Go to Your Happy Price. What's up? It's Kaylee Cuoco. When it comes to travel, we all have a happy place. You can see yourself already there. It's beautiful. It might be sunny and sandy for some, neon and urban for others, deserts or rainforests or hiking trails. With Priceline, you can get to your happy place for a happy price with deals you really can't find anywhere else. Like up to 60% off select hotels to Costa Rica or 5-star hotels for 2-star prices in Cabo. Go to Priceline.com and travel to your happy place for a happy price. All right, see ya. I'm off to Miami. No, actually, wow, look at that. No, I'm going to Hawaii now. Ooh, Cancun looks nice. You know what? Belize looks pretty nice this time of year. Or, Palm Springs.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
So Parter with a hand that's, like almost, half the size of Cleo herself, sort of like scooping her into the thing as she was struggling to clamber in, and a giant hand just sort of reaching out to take the credits from the doctor. The credits are sort of like almost just vanishing into the creases between the alien's digits, and sort of just being like sort of scooped away, and just you don't have the. This thing is so big you can't even really see where they put it.
All aboard then. Where to?
Boris.
Yes, Boris.
Yes, Cleo.
Boris, tell him, like where we gotta get Dr. Zay an outfit.
Yes, I want to get the strongest physical armor that we can find. I want to be a tank boy.
Yeah, tell him that.
Yes, and if we get a drink while we're doing it, that would be perfect.
Yeah, like
Fucking
like
yes,
like
Trevor.
where's the closest like anything.
Like anywhere that sells
Okay, I
armor
think I know
and
the place.
booze at the same time.
Also, and like
Yes, I know exactly where we can go then.
Boris, you sure? Like about the food.
I heard about this place. I wanted to go anyway. Yes, Parter. Well, could we take us to the War Quarter, 2nd and 33rd?
There food there?
Oh,
Parter!
yes, little one.
There food there? They got
Calls
food?
Cleo little one.
Oh,
You like the food there, Parter?
there'll be food there. Yeah, that's what your buddy here is directing us to is well, it's an all day, all night outdoor pop-up nightclub. It is.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh hell yeah, Parter, let's go!
But it's right there in the war quarter, of course. So,
In the what?
just be watch out. Some people make hasty purchases and unload some of their ordnance just for fun. So, you always want to keep your wits about you in that area.
Yes, we'll turn our shields on. Do not worry, Pasha.
What's he talking about, the war
I'm
course?
saying that people get a bit drunk and a bit excited with their new purchases.
Oh, we don't do it. I don't know
we
about
would never
that.
do such a thing.
I ain't never done nothing like that.
All right then, everyone's safe in there. You don't need to strap in, but you can if you want. Your body, your safety.
I think I'm imagining Boris is trying to strap in and Cleo just stops him and goes, he said we don't have to do that. Oh, don't be doing that. Come on, Boris. He said we don't got to.
And Parter sort of like steps up to their full height and sort of starts sort of just shuffling along, taking these long, slow strides. But as far as you're concerned, you're moving at quite a speed. It's being sort of like whipped along behind it, and it's a super smooth ride, like more smooth than any sort of little hover vessel you've ever had, because you have that personal touch of some large, powerful being just sort of guiding you in a safe, steady way.
Oh.
That sounded a lot sexier than I ever imagined it could.
As you're gliding down the street in this rickshaw.
Yes. Like, Cleo up in there, like, rolling around, checking to see if there's anything under the seats to eat. Just checking. You never know. Sometimes. Yes. And Boris is checking too, I think, because, like, he loves trash, and so does she, but, sometimes for the same reason, sometimes for a different one.
Yeah, as you dig about under the seat, there's not much you find. There are some little, well, they're actually quite large, round, multicolored sweets of some description under the seats.
Inside the, really?
Just under the seats, just sort of rolling about in there.
This feels like a trap, don't it?
Yeah.
There's only a couple of them, and they're a little so sticky and dirty.
I would like to inspect one with my bear senses.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
As an animal,
huh?
I feel like I would be able to smell a poison.
I'll happily let you.
Which we know isn't true.
Well, you didn't actually check that last time, though, did you? If you're sort of actively checking, you're going to have a much better test. Give me an endurance roll. Give me an endurance roll on that.
I don't think I've ever done an endurance roll. Is this a first?
Only time you've done it is when you were trying to not die from poison.
Right. Okay, never mind. That's what that was. Where is it? I have to look for that. I have durability.
Oh, durability. That's I always call it endurance. I should just rename it endurance, but it's durability is what it's called. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, pray to Glob. Whoa, a 19. I guess I get to eat this candy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this candy, you still smell it. It smells completely safe to eat, but you also got the sort of impression that even if it wasn't, it's only a little thing. What's the worst could happen? Your belly's strong.
Well, I feel that way about it.
You feel like it's totally safe.
I'm gonna show it to Boris. Hey, look at this. There's a couple of these down here, Boris. Look.
Oh.
Boris.
Yes, that's that little sweetie.
You know about these?
It's made from sugar, Cleo.
Here, you get this one. I'll get the next one. All right?
You can keep them, Cleo. That's fine with me.
This is your trip too, Boris. Now, I just want to share it with you. I'll get the next one. I already see it. I got lined up in my sights. I'm gonna get that one.
Sort of like takes the
Boris.
bright orange, this one, and completely spherical. It's a bit sticky, like it's maybe it's sort of been a little bit moist and humid, and it's picked up a little bit of lint and dirt.
What flavor do you think that is? Prawn?
Looking at it.
Prawn.
It's not anything particularly.
That's probably prawn.
Particularly local to Prospect Time. I think we have these back home, Cleo.
It looks like prawn. I'll trade with you if you want. This one I got looks like maybe it could be grass.
as this candy conversation is going on, Parter is smoothly taking you through, and Trevor is sort of he's been looking out and watching. And imagine Dr. Z has not been rifling around under the seats quite so much as the other two as well, getting a view of the site, and you can see it is a really active town. Like there's all these different ramshackle houses just on top of one another, squeezed in next to one another, and everyone seems to be out there working. Like everyone is building something, doing something in their community. Like there's people working on the roads, there's people working on cars just up on their roofs, people just building like sort of new levels onto existing structures. You get the impression that this entire town sort of thrives on a community of people taking stuff, finding stuff, fixing stuff up, and that is basically everyone's trade.
Oh, bloody hell. I've come into this with the wrong idea completely. I've come in with like a D&D kind of idea of like, this place is on the outskirts and it's lawless and it's crazy and whatnot. And I've expected everyone to be absolute fucking...
Oh, lawless means no planning commissions.
Exactly. Like I've
no planning permissions. You can build a house
anywhere.
Like,
everyone's going to be thugs and thieves and murderers and whatnot. But instead, the picture you're painting is Like everyone's just doing their best and getting along and trying to make the best thing that they can, and I think that's fucking great.
I feel that.
I think it's
I'm
so good.
emotionally moved.
Yes.
It's like you can be like an outlaw, but like you still, even an outlaw would want to have like a life and a community and like a cool home and like.
And
I
feel so stupid for fucking thinking the other way, but I just like I was so stuck in it of like fantasy classic, you know.
That's that dick magic.
You're
dick
bought
magic.
into it. You're bought into the lie.
I
The
bought
one
into the
lie
lie.
that
I
fat
did.
cats
I'm
tell
fucking
you,
idiot.
Dan,
I did.
that you shouldn't work for yourself. You should work for them. Line their pockets instead of making something.
Yes. Oh.
Wait, what?
Let's quit
I'm
our
like,
jobs.
wait. I'm like, hold on.
Let's build a
Girl.
commune and live together. We could trade in anything but money.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Money's not allowed.
You got more of these little prawn sweeties? I mean, I'm halfway there. I'm halfway there. Oh, candy on a bear, stuck in deep. It's matted into my hair.
Oh, you nailed it. That was great. That was so
Yeah,
good.
Cleo must have to be real careful with these kinds of foods because they
Oh
are.
my
like-
god, yeah. There's probably she's probably already got a couple on her that she doesn't even know about. She could have had a candy
few
earlier.
unwanted candies,
This whole
yeah.
time we've been floating through space mad that our food replicator is broken and Cleo could have eaten. It's just
Yeah.
she had to look harder, you know?
But as you're making your way towards the war quarter, Cleo does try out these candies, not prawn flavored, it turns out. Some sort of like bright, flavorful fruit.
Well, that's a hell of a surprise.
Surprised that it's not prawn.
I mean, now, I couldn't have seen that coming. I mean, I was raised real deep in the dirt, but, I mean, you know, shit.
I just love that.
Very sweet as well, which
Orange? What the fuck?
not good
What's that?
for bear digestion, but very palatable.
Why is it orange flavored? Prawn makes way much more sense.
Why would you make a candy taste like this? I feel like Cleo probably has never had candy, but she's probably had like these like savory like I don't want to say bullion, but like these
Right, yeah.
Vegemite food cubes that people thought were treats because it was like super condensed nutrients
Oxo
and like
cubes, just like fucking.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that
like
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
like an Oxo cube would have been like a big treat because they would have like they wouldn't have been
So much
promised
flavor.
that. They would have probably like gotten those from like robbing shipments, and that would have been like they're tiny, so it was like a treat. But like you can just picture people having those and like having it for a little bit and like taking it out and wrapping it back up and be
It's
like,
like
I'm gonna
It's
have
like
this
a
50 times.
truckload of BioLife bouillon cubes.
My God. No wonder she thought, oh my God, why eat this prawn?
It's prawn.
Smoky prawn.
But
my
eventually,
favorite.
you come into the war district, and you see the war district is somehow like it. You can feel when you get into it. Everything's a bit more regimented. The streets suddenly they're straight. The streets are really straight. There's a grid. There's a grid system, and they're all numbered.
He's about to take magic us again.
He's about to take majors us.
But still, you see people. You see a lot more people like outside their homes, but the homes are a bit more Spartan. People out there sort of like polishing shotguns and things like that. There's a lot of people sort of taking blasters apart and putting them back together.
Okay,
And with sort of like it's a quiet, tidy part. There's a lot of people like you're noticing like a lot of like converted military uniforms that like had like sleeves torn off and sort of like dog tags hanging out, but all the medals and stripes have all been ripped off. These seem to be like there's a lot of perhaps deserters in this sort of area, this part of town.
Okay.
Of various, so you see a lot of people who look, much like like if Herodotus's life had taken a different turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Some sort of older bearded gentlemen from the New Terran systems wearing uniforms much like Herodotus's, but with all the insignias torn off and with large intimidating weapons that they're just like whistling away and cleaning out front.
Alternate universe Herodotus.
Yes.
Hard times, Harry.
Hard time, Harry.
But there's also there are wraiths and there are a ton of synths. Like there's
In this area.
Like disproportionate amount of synths. And
Interesting.
thinking back to sort of like the various military organizations in the 3 different worlds of the Alliance, the synths do, synth soldiers do have a harder time of it, and perhaps that is why they have a larger number of deserters.
Oh, bugger.
This is kind of an interesting dynamic, right? Because these older people probably would have been a part of the synth wars that Herodotus always talks about.
Mm.
And they're living together in this area. So this is truly like a...
Yeah.
We're in
time.
neutral space, neutral territory.
Yeah. Like maybe these are people who didn't agree with that war.
Yeah, we're forced into it, drafted.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting MASH vibes.
Yeah, well, this is
I'm
like a real
big
like military
Hawkeye,
camp
like
kind of
making a
area.
martini out of a like improvised still.
Yeah.
And as you get into about you start hearing a bit more like sort of laughter and raucousness as you get into the more commercial area, and suddenly there's shop fronts, but there's also just stalls, and there's like people that are almost like like vegetable stalls where they've just got like like bowls full of grenades. They're just like like shouting out, 5 credits gets you a bowl, and things like that.
Oh shit!
It's like
Wait,
a fruit market,
grenades?
but it's all like weapons and ordnance.
Oh,
Cleo, they appear to have bullets.
And as you
by
sort
the
of get this part, you
bucket.
sort of see that there's a lot of neon lighting, and somewhere like right in the middle of this bustling market, there's just a big square bar, and behind that bar there's just a team of various people, just making drinks, and frying snacks, and just passing things out. There's like a bustling trade. There's tables all around. People sitting around in these round tables. You can tell like none of the tables match. Like people possibly even just dragged their own from home to create this bar nightclub setting.
girl, yes! Oh, I can smell it and hear it and see it.
Boris, you have brought us to one of the greatest places on Earth.
Look at all them fried things.
Look at all them bullets.
Oh, I bet I could take these sweeties up there and they'd fry that.
Yes.
I think so, Cleo. That's,
Fry anything, Boris. Anything.
well, that's one of the beauties of this place, Cleo.
Oh, hell. Oh!
Boris, let's
Oh!
get
I
some
don't know why I
sauce.
didn't come sooner. Well, I suppose it's probably because I couldn't actually afford to leave New Terra. But
Well, Boris, you're not on New Terra anymore. You're not stuck
Boris,
there.
that ain't never gonna happen to you again, boy, okay? Any money we got is your money too, boy. You're never gonna get me trapped again. You're never gonna be trapped again, Boris. We're gonna go everywhere. We're gonna do everything.
thank you, Cleo.
Grab a nearest person and be like,
10 tops! 10 tops! We require 10 tops.
And a tabletop full of all the fried thing you got.
Stunned Dark's barmaid sort of like she pulls her sleeve away from you and gives you a quick nod before disappearing behind her. They've got this bar that's all ramshackle. It's got a lot of neon around it, and there's just bottles. And it's not like there's any organization for these bottles. Like there's
Perfect
every
10 top
single bottle you
material.
imagine. A lot of them are half empty. A lot of them are like 90% empty. It's the
That's
ones
the
that are the
vibe,
ones that are
baby. That
mostly
is the
empty. That she can
vibe.
just
pour
empty out the
in.
last few drops
Yep.
into
This is a
these
bar where
glasses.
people drank.
Those are the ones. So
this
there's
is what we are here
none of
to
your
do.
glasses match. None of the
Good.
glasses match. And some of them they're actually of different sizes as well.
Good. Everything
Yep.
you say makes me like it
And
more.
Exactly.
she's polishing them, getting they're at least kind of clean looking.
I
And
don't
she
care.
just starts emptying bottles.
That's not
into
why
these
I'm here.
things. She's clearly quite idly doing it, and she
That's fine.
She
knows her craft.
dropping bottles into a little actually a very clean looking, because again, like this is a recycling land, the bins there just have glass bottles, and she's put all these glass bottles into this one bin as she finishes them off.
This is amazing.
Topping
I
up
fucking love
these four 10 tops. They've each got a slightly different hue, but
Yep.
generally it's sort of like a partially translucent brown.
Yes.
And they're all of slightly different sizes as well. One of them is notably, like a good 3 inches taller than the others.
Well,
But
I mean, the biggest one is
regardless-
getting pushed down to Boris.
regardless, all the glasses have been filled to the brim. As you sort of pulled into the bar, you're past these 10 tops. Parter has sort of stopped. People obviously had to sort of move out of the way while they wheeled the cart in, but people sort of like closed back in around.
We're
where
getting
they've
one for
just
them,
sort of-
too.
They've just sort of like plopped down onto the ground, sitting cross-legged patiently and like nodding in time to the throbbing, strange music that you can sort of hear coming from various places.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Get a bucket for him. Parter.
Yes, grab, please, a tin top and a bucket for Parter.
And like a other bucket.
The dark sort of like looks over at the giant being that you're purchasing for. It's like,
You know, if we're serving one of them, I might need to see some credits up front.
What do you mean serving one of them? He's with us.
We're good for it.
Well, yes, but they can drink a lot.
And you're seeing a bear and a jellyfish. Not to mention a crazy human and then a less crazy human.
You really read this room wrong. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you
First
that
of all,
right
I
now.
didn't think Ursine drank. What?
Well, this is the night that you learn.
Yes. I suggest opening up a tab.
Why don't you get me another one of them while you're talking?
And
I'm
send
already
over your
hungry.
best armor smith.
I can open up a tab, but you're paying for this first round up front. I need to see your money's good. No offense,
Yeah.
no offense,
Well,
but you know.
I don't believe in offense. How much you want?
Clear. Let's not open up our chests in front of everyone once again. Let's try and keep it
Hold on.
hidden.
Hold on, I got this.
Trevor, clear. Trevor, Boris, try and build a wall. Try and cover it up.
It's like when you're at the beach trying to change.
Yeah.
well, Cleo's got some credits that aren't in the case as well.
I have credits like in my pocket.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I got like
and
almost
she
1,000.
doesn't look nearly as rich when she pulls them out.
Oh, right. Cool.
I just gonna grab into my pocket and like smear some credits onto the table, onto the bar top.
And she's sort of like, carries
How's
them
that
out.
look?
All right. Yeah, your money's fine. We'll open up a tab then.
Well, better believe it is.
As for the armor smiths, well, none of them work for me. I'm just selling alcohol.
Well, you're right. They work for me tonight. Go get one.
Fucking hell. A little bit of money making us crazy.
What, do you want me to send a selection? What?
Nah, just bring your fanciest one. Because we got a fashionista over here. Need an outfit.
I tell you what, I'll put the word out. I'm sure they'll come to you.
Yes, sounds brilliant.
Yeah, we're posting up. This is our spot tonight.
It's our spot.
She's like sort of like digging around in the bar, and eventually she finds an old unused barrel.
Nice.
Just starts emptying entire bottles into it.
Oh my God, Parter.
Yay,
Yeah,
Parter's
party.
gonna party.
I guess he ain't driving us nowhere else tonight.
And just sort of like counting out of Cleo's stacks, she takes 80 credits and sort of shoves the rest back to her. It's like,
I'll take it. That's better than Iceland prices.
Yeah.
I'm down. Does that include some frieds? Fried.
well, you've got a tab, so you can keep.
Okay, we're gonna need
to
a
keep it
steady
rolling.
stream of frieds.
Obviously, the vast majority of that expense was
Somebody's getting diarrhea tonight.
The bucket of booze for Parter.
Parter needs to join in this.
I feel like he's one of us now. I mean,
Exactly.
I feel like we don't go anywhere without either killing somebody or making them one of us.
Exactly. One of us.
There's
one of
no
us.
middle. It's
Yeah.
like you're either a bastard or you're a bastard.
The Dark's bartender, you can see she's just straining, carrying this great big bucket of booze, and she just sort of carries it, drags it out. You can see like a few cheeky people sort of like, making little jokes about it and like laughing, like pretending like they're gonna like try and tip it out of her hands and stuff. She's like rolling her eyes.
Well, maybe just one.
Potter sort of starts sipping away, like knocking back like liters in a tiny sip.
Oh my God, we have done something.
We've done it. We've done something.
We've done something. I can feel it right now. I feel it boiling.
Much obliged. It's not often that someone buys me a drink. Obvious reasons.
Parter, you're with the
Obvious
bastards tonight.
wasn't obvious enough for us.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't think about it until we're too late.
Too late. Everybody's a bastard tonight.
Yeah.
Dang, we really do love a turn up.
We do love
And
turn-up.
yeah, meanwhile the Dark.
You can tell we haven't
and
partied in a
at this
while.
point, like Trevor is sort of Trevor is like scoped out a table, and he's strolled over, and he's sort of like he's sent some people on their way. They're looking a little bit sort of scowling and sort of like muttering to themselves as they scooch off and join another table with their friends. As Trevor is sort of signaling for you guys to join, where like there's one of these round tables with a half dozen seats around it. It was actually quite near to where Partis stopped up. And he's sort of sitting down, lounging on one chair with his feet up on another as he glugs on his tin top.
Ooh, Trevor, dang. People be coming by like, who you? Where you from? What you doing? Where you at?
to-
What you doing?
In his most fine Zarg furs, of course.
Oh my god. Oh, Trevor.
Trevor.
Getting loose on the goose in this juice.
And so your night begins, sort of, like a slow, earnest drinking and getting in some fried bar snacks, just lounging around this table. As Boris talks your ear off about all the things he's heard about this town and all the things that maybe you'll get to do in the next few days that clearly you're probably not going to find the time to do them all. A lot of them don't sound very fun. He wants to check out like the sewer system and things like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, maybe not.
maybe you're right.
Or
About
maybe we will. I
You
don't know.
don't understand, Doctor. It is a feat of modern technology that they even made it work.
Yes, but the biggest feat of modern technology is that they made it hidden.
What? Cleo's like, I got any.
I don't know that it's hidden in all places. Look over there.
It sort of points to where there's like a small little stream drizzling by.
Yes,
Oh,
and I'll
hi.
point
All right.
to his dribbling nostril and being like,
Yes, well, the human body isn't as perfect as your system either.
Well, I mean, you think we get a lizard down there? Think that guy? We
Do
go
not
down.
worry,
Maybe. I mean,
Cleo,
maybe
we
I
will
can.
find a lizard worthy of joining Jordan in the Grey Dragon.
I just think, I
As,
just think that maybe I should get Jordan a little something.
Is what was you've had a few drinks in you. You've had a little bit of time, and even the light from mid-space, which does provide a lot of the light on this rock, on this satellite. It's sort of like dimmed as you're moving behind it into the sort of rather unnatural. It's quite a fast day-night cycle. This thing is this tiny little satellite hurtling through space, but it's moving into one of the many night cycles of the day, and someone steps up, and you can see they are short. They're not very tall, and they're a humanoid creature with a very sort of slick, like reddy brown, domed head, sort of white round the gills. And they are sort of, like a little bit fishy looking, maybe. Tiny little eyes, but a big mouth.
is it a
Kind
dungeon?
of moist and smooth looking. It's
Like,
not a dungeon. No,
not a dungeon.
This thing doesn't seem to need any sort of protective sea-dwelling suit. It's just trotting along, and it's got sort of rather fine, like floor-length robes.
But it's like a.
Okay.
I don't even know what term I'm looking
It
for.
has a very smooth dome-shaped head with very few features, just like some little nostrils, little eyes, little sort of beady eyes, and a big mouth.
They say, yes, are you the armorer we sent for?
No one sends for the magnificent Keen.
Well, how do you find your way upon our table then?
The magnificent Keen hears tell of outlanders with most much, who request the service of a master armorer, of which the magnificent Keen is such.
Right. Well, you have heard correctly. I am looking to
Silence!
improve...
The magnificent Keen first will speak his day rates.
I grip
magnificent Keen.
Cleo's hand and I'm like, ooh. And just
The magnificent Keen
I'm in
shall
love
not
with the
work
stripper.
for a credit less than 1,000 per day.
Cleo squeezes Z's hand back.
I telepathically communicate with Cleo while squeezing her hand back.
What do you think? What is going on?
Cleo is getting a little better at doing this. But she just go, how
What?
many day?
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, scrapping the
And
idea
then-
of telepathically communicating.
And
I
then
just
she
go,
goes, wait, in her head.
The
She
magnificent Keen.
She goes, portfolio!
Wanting to look down his nose at Cleo, but having to look up instead.
Well, silly girl, the magnificent Keen has not heard what you need built.
Cleo realizes that was out loud and goes, well, what kind of stuff do you build? Anything I ever seen before?
The magnificent Keen has a shop full of the greatest wares you may peruse.
The greatest. Well, That's a high order.
And Keen sort of like looks you up and down, and then with a wave of a flipperous hand, pulls out a shiny little card.
Oh my god!
It's not the same sort of card that the Prospectus Guild members were flashing earlier. This thing is gold. It looks like just a little square business card of gold.
Wait a minute. It's not hollow.
Which Keen sort of flicks between his knuckles. He only has 3 fingers, but he still flicks them between his knuckles and extends it to Cleo.
You will find the magnificent Keen's shop at this locale. I trust that you will be prompt in the morning, and perhaps better disposed to speak of what it is you require.
We may inquire about what... Wait, actually, sorry. Side chat. Do you want us to inquire about it now, or would you like us to follow this line of inquiring about it in the morning?
He's like,
I'm really happy for either way. Like,
okay,
because
I'm just liking the way this character has come out. It wasn't quite what I'd intended initially.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
I love it.
But
I feel like
what
what could happen though is that we could be like fanboying about this golden card and the suave character that this is.
I know that we could be doing that, but I feel
apologize.
like Z has been drinking, so Z is now like, nah, we're fucking the shit. You ain't fucking shit. You're fucking like we
Get
turned
Keem
up.
And drink.
We turned up. So I will like grab the card and flick it into the jelly boy so that it just like is absorbed, and then say,
I feel like you and Keen are having like a cool off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
now Keen, I have been blown up by energy shields of the highest New Terran battle cruisers. I have been spacebound and almost completely evaporated by its voidness. Cleo here has destroyed the biggest starships, but those bombs have not penetrated the deepest pockets of her fur. Now we wish to be immortal. We wish to be impenetrable. Is this something the Keen can do, or shall we continue to trust in Ten Top and pure courage?
Oh my god! Oh my glob! We want to be Keen!
Yes, and Keen turns side on now. And he raises the sort of ridge above his beady eyes where an eyebrow would be if he were a mammal, and starts trotting about.
Listeners, you have to know that Dickie,
you.
for this chat, has put himself side on the camera and is flicking his head up as if he is a poshest lad of all the land.
I just fucking took a screenshot.
It's so good.
And the magnificent Keen sort of begins to strut around you, like in little paces. 6 paces, and then looking from another angle. His tongue coming out to lick his lips. And his lips are huge, and his tongue is immensely long. As
he's
like
Tom Kench.
Licks about like a little sort of salamander.
Can't bench the Kench.
He's kind of little though. Kench is huge. Yeah. But yeah, Tom Kench with tiny beady eyes and little sort of
Canadian eyes. no, cut that.
He
We ain't
trots
doing that
around,
tonight.
sort of like surveying the two of you, and almost looking like he's taking measures. His lips are moving a little bit, as though he's doing some calculation. He's like,
A noble effort. The magnificent Keen will take on your job. See me in the morning for my initial drawings.
and he turns tail without another word, and struts away. You can see he's unfolding a little fan in one hand and fanning himself.
Oh my god!
I
Touched
love
by an
him.
angel.
Love him.
Touched by an angel.
Cleo.
Oh, we've not had any characters with any class yet, really. Have we? It's always been the dregs, the dregs of society.
You hear that? Silly?
I mean, I suppose aside from the New Terran like sort of officers, but they're dickheads. Not the magnificent Keen.
actually,
is a
I
bit
guess-
of a dickhead.
No, Keen is a fucking artist.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to look to Boris.
Keen is real.
Boris, what can you tell us of the magnificent Keen?
Well, the magnificent Keen is not name. I know. I'm sure that he is not a member of the Prospectors Guild.
Boris, I would like you to do a little research for us. find out if the Magnificent Keen is of
I
the
can do that.
researchers, is of the Prospectors Guild.
Oh, well, he better look into this because I'll bet we're
too starstruck.
This is dick magic. What if we're getting dick magic right now because
exactly.
he only had a gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
And we were like, hell yeah, whoa.
Tay,
pass that
my
over
initial
here.
fear here is that there is someone better out there on this planet to do this job, but we have been dick magicked so hard that we're like going for the first person who's selling.
At this point, I don't even care because I love Keen
suck it
so
in by
much.
that.
I love
flashiness.
Keen a lot.
The thing that's happening right now is that I have now become a fan of a designer,
Yeah, exactly.
and that designer is Keen.
And we're gonna
And
get
so we are buying Keen.
Keen. I'm keen for Keen.
I'm keen for Keen.
The armor doesn't even have to work. You know it's gonna look fly as fuck.
Yeah.
It's Keen.
It's
that we're
Keen.
buying.
It
And
makes
we're going to
me-
get what we're buying.
Yeah,
We're going to
exactly.
get it.
We're
We're
gonna
going to
get
be
Keen.
Keen. We're going to get Keen. That's the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Get Keen.
Get Keen.
Boris.
Keen to be Keen.
Boris, I must not lie to you.
Yes, I can ask my friends. I was thinking that perhaps I would just depart just for a little while, just to do the rounds. Do you understand?
Boris, you need to finish your drink first. It's incredibly rude.
Oh yes, sorry.
Oh, I'm glugging back like half of this drink.
Boris, you got your watch on? You got your communicator?
Have you got your communicator?
Yeah, I have both, Cleo.
Now, if you're going to go out, you going to go out by yourself? Are you taking Trevor? What are you doing?
Trevor,
And Trevor is already sort of like turning the other direction and like eyeing up the bartender to try and ask for another drink.
Oh my God, Trevor is cold as hell.
Such a rude bastard.
Whoa. All right.
Well, no, I think I'll travel fastest on my own anyway.
Yeah, well, you keep your watch on. Keep it. If I call, you better
I will
answer.
find out everything I can about this magnificent Keen.
All right.
Yeah, well, you better not. If somebody else hands you a sweetie, you don't eat it. You understand? You understand?
Oh, I couldn't eat another bite, Cleo.
Because I ain't gonna get no greener.
And Boris,
Yes, doctor.
we're going to need you to communicate with us in the morning. 10 a.m. at the latest. If we do not hear
yes,
from you at that
absolutely.
point, Boris, well, we're going to think something's wrong.
Yes, I will try and make sure nothing goes wrong, and then I will communicate with you to let you know that is what has happened. But
Great.
if something does go wrong, should I just not communicate until after
Wait.
10 a.m.
Wait, no.
so that you know that something has gone wrong?
Boris, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Yes, Cleo, I think you need to explain this to Boris because he is not understanding how I'm telling him.
Oh my God. Listen. Get over here. You ain't the driest French fry in the seat crease, you know what I mean? Get over here. Get over here, Boris.
Scooching over to sit closer to Cleo.
I'm gonna put my lumbering bear paw around my arm around Boris. You listen here. If you get into some shit, you know what I'm talking about. You know about shit. You seen some shit.
Yes. In the past few days, quite a lot of it.
Now call that shit up in your mind. You remember that?
So Boris sort of like looking up into the air, sort of absently, almost eyes rolling back with memory.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know about the shit. If the shit find you again, you better be on that watch. 2 seconds before it happens.
I see. So if something goes wrong, I'll tell you about it.
If you smell shit.
But not literally, Cleo. you want...
Other shit. Because I mean, the sewer is open right next to us. I mean, I smell the shit right now. But you know what kind of shit I'm talking about.
Yes, I think I do.
Yeah, if somebody takes your trash, puts you in a bag, you know.
Forces me to fight an underground tournament.
Asks me to fight in an underground tournament.
Yeah, well, you know that can happen to anybody.
Boris, just such an extreme person, you know. It's never just I drop a thing or something breaks. It's just
Listen, I'm so done. I'm so done being in my house that I'm like, if somebody asked me on a night out to be in an underground tournament, I would fucking go. I'm not even kidding. Like, can you imagine the night out that would be if there was like a small portion
Especially
of it where
if you won. I mean,
especially
come on.
okay, but like caveat, especially if you could leave.
That'd be a good story.
I mean, it would definitely be a time.
Yeah.
So you know what? Well, I mean, just mind yourself. You know, if you want to fight in a tournament tonight, make sure you know where the door is. And
Always, Cleo.
And that you win, baby.
Because that's how you get into the building.
Well, you know, just remember about out, too. Just think about out sometimes. If you can get in, you better be able to get out. You know that?
Yes, but that's usually what happens.
Well, you know that now. We confirmed it.
Confirmed.
Now keep your watch on. Make sure it's charged. I know you got probably all the batteries that we goddamn have. Probably on yeah.
It's almost halfway charged. It's fine.
Oh shit! This is not gonna. All right. Now, you go see your friends, but you check in. You check in like a lot. Like you know, like some.
Every time something happens.
Well, something good, like.
Or bad.
You know, just let us know every hour that you know you ain't dead or smeared across a windshield or some other. You know, just.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Yeah, mind yourself. Mind yourself.
And
find,
as Boris sort of like
good,
trots away, you can see him like tapping away on his little device, and a message pops up on both of your communicators.
Yep.
I'm not dead.
Oh, yes.
Bless him. Thank Glob.
Finish that tent up.
Burp.
And as sort of Boris vanishes off, and Trevor arranges another round of drinks. Parter had his their arm twisted to have a second.
Oh, Parter, you
Giant
definitely must
bucket
have a sec.
of muck.
Yeah.
You can see like their one eye is looking a little bit sort of leery and unfocused.
Oh boy.
But
He's
yeah, they're
gonna
not driving,
fold a wing
they're just
tonight.
dragging, so it's fine.
Yeah, right.
If it goes badly, I'll just inhabit Parker and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then you sort of see like people in the crowd sort of like parting, like people have started dancing now, and they're sort of getting shoved out of the way as there seems to be sort of some sort of kerfuffle as someone's moving through the crowd towards you. And as the crowd sort of parts out, finally a couple of people sort of stumble out of the way, like scowling and looking back, as a rather tall and sort of well decorated synth, a big warlike looking synth, sort of struts in with a trailing of mismatched people. There's a couple more sort of synth, sort of tripod-y, skittering gun droids. There's a couple of humans and other sort of humanoids, darks, and even another of the green furred rat things like Skeeb in this party, and they're all sort of traveling along, and they all are decked out in magnificent looking armor. They've all got armor that is just made of these wonderful sort of angular blocks and sort of bright primary colors.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh, that's
each one of them
like
seems to have
flavor.
their own custom suit. And as they sort of march in, and the droid, the synth, with all weapons sort of pulled in and tucked in, so that they're not trying to look intimidating, but they really can't help it. When you're an 8-foot war machine, you're a little bit intimidating looking, however you do it. Each step is a sort of rigid stomp that kind of cracks the dirt beneath. And the synth comes up and says,
I am aware you are seeking a master armor crafter. I would offer my services.
Yes.
Cleo's just staring with her mouth wide open.
We are seeking a master armor smith.
Is he drunk?
Now we have just had the Keen. We have just had Keen come reach out to us. Are you still interested?
You will find my wares highly superior to Keen's. My day rates are 1,100 credits per day.
Oh my god. Okay, wait.
Taylor, I have to say, Dr. Z likes to collect things. I could collect 2 bits of armor right now. You know, just saying.
I mean, I'm not against that though. I feel like here's the problem.
play them off against one another.
I'm just saying.
Here's the thing that I'm struggling with. I really got maybe too attached to Keen.
Oh, I love Keen. I love him.
Like, I got attached to Keen in a way that was very irresponsible.
I love Keen, but I also love a droid.
But this whole business where this guy has an entourage.
Got a little entourage, like
and
showing
it's
off
like
the wares.
primary colors, personalized triangles. Like, a lot of these are my buzzwords.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I like how they attempted to look non-threatening.
Yep, I love that.
Which was very
but
thoughtful.
Also, Keen was very like, don't give a fuck if you hire me or you don't. So like, that also works.
And I mean, I kind of dig that these people have like arrived. That they're like doing, they're living.
This is
they're
their
doing
arrival.
It. This is an arrival. I mean, and I love the like, I keep seeing the entourage, the little tripod baby, and like everybody is like looking cute, looking primary, looking triangular, like looking completely customizable and modular.
Mm-hmm.
This is the synth dream.
I will, okay, I'm going to say.
So, we have already heard from the master craftsman, Keen, but I will say, your little presentation here has me intrigued.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am K2K2, Master Armor Crafter, formerly of the Synth Warforce.
Dickie, can you tell me, who was the, so we've been on the Synth plus Wraith planet before. What was that? That was, what was that called?
Garcia Station.
Garcia Station.
Garcia.
Who do we know from Garcia Station? We know...
You know Thespa.
Thespa, and we know...
Kind of
do we know any
charge.
droids from that place?
Other than the ones
That's
we pissed off?
that's where Dilbert came from.
Okay, Dilbert, and then also we know Crispy.
But is Crispy from there?
No,
I don't know
Crispy's nothing to do with there really, although he may have been.
No, but I'm wondering if this armor craftsman might know Crispy, since Crispy is like a synth, like kind of a big name in the underworld.
Maybe they were also together in the
Well,
in
that's
the war.
racist, isn't it?
Just
because he's a synth, he knows all the other synths.
Yeah, well, just because you're New Zealand, and then the amount of times people have said, just because you're New Zealand, and then you might know this person, and then I do. It's just like,
that's true.
It's a bit
Wait,
annoying.
really?
You know, like it happens. It happens.
That
with
doesn't even happen to me out here.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a smaller pool.
Well,
when they're
actually,
pulling
it
from New
has
Zealand.
happened before, but
Yeah, you know it's happened. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, fine.
Rather than an entire galaxy.
Yeah. Well, I guess true that, but I will.
Well,
I
no,
will-
you know what? No, because Crispy is a fighter and he was in prison, so he's like a legit fighter.
He's a big
so
name.
it's like
He's
he
a
is a big
famous.
name.
He's a famous robot, not just a normal robot.
Forgive me, but are you aware of, or have you worked with Crispy and the chefs?
K2K2 sort of like gives you a puzzled look. He's got just these two glowing blue eyes. That sort of there's almost like this little black strip of like a sort of projection screen with the eyes are just sort of like projected in there just to provide some semblance of emotion.
Yeah.
They're not really viewing devices. These two blue eyes sort of stare at you kind of blankly. Then K2 says,
I do not believe I have had the pleasure.
And what of Dietz? Does Dietz ring any bells?
K2 like the eyes sort of narrow a little bit, and the blue sort of fades to just a grey white.
Your friends of Dietz.
We are not friends.
Cleo is gonna reach into her armor and pull out Dietz's hand and slap it down on the table.
Yes.
And K2 sort of freezes, and stares at the hand, and then starts sort of like there's a bit of a shake. His entire like sort of carapace is kind of just shaking a little bit as he stares at that hand. His fingers sort of like making little motions, little grabbing, squeezing motions. As K2 stares at Dietz's hand there.
And then
The eyes turning into almost sort of cartoonish lines as K2 begins to guffaw and the artificial voice of the synth kind pounding giant, not quite realizing its own strength, hands into the table and cracking it, picking up the hand, looking at it like,
I have not seen this for a long time. Some of my early work.
Oh. Oh shit.
Well, that
He needs to
early
make
work
whatever
was,
he makes us. He needs to make it around the concept of Dietz's hand.
That early work was cut while we were in earlier bodies as well. But we plan to return to mid-space and to face Dietz again. So while we may have Keen working on one part, I would like to see this energy focused towards another part, a part that can crush Dietz.
Oh my god, a Dietz weapon.
I am very familiar with Dietz specifications. He has sent them to me many times requesting upgrades, which I refuse.
I'm gonna ask why one day, but not today.
Very well. One final thing. If it is not a rude question, what did Keen quote as a day rate?
Keen quoted 1,000 credits per day.
You can see, once again, a shaking in the carapace, but this time the eyes go a bright, angry red, growing in size as K2 crushes its hands together, reaching to the sky in agony, screaming,
Undercutting me again! Keen!
That's brilliant, Dick.
and that is the episode.
I
Brilliant.
definitely want him to make us an armor with the Dietz hand, like, in it.
Yeah, I want to try and figure out how we can get both
Like
of
as
these
a sigil.
bits of armor to work together, you know? Like maybe Keen
Well,
makes the...
it sort of sounded like maybe you're getting Keen to make the armor and K2 to make the weapon.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Like,
And
Like-
then the weapon, but the whatever K2 makes, it has to have
Dietz's
the
arm.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hand
to
of
have
K2.
Oh my god, girl, yes.
Maybe you, treasured listener. Maybe you, if you're not already one of our patrons,
Maybe
maybe
you.
you want to be. You could hear us talk about shit like that for extended periods of time.
Yes.
And more.
All day. And you would have access to Raloran, our first ever campaign,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
actually based on D&D.
Not even based on D&D. We played it using a D&D system. We just stripped out the wall, don't need that,
Oh.
don't need that. The rules that we didn't
That
want.
is real. Yeah, we kept the tasty parts. And if you want to hear that entire finished campaign because you binge, like
Well,
some
you
of
know,
us do,
That's a patron
you
exclusive.
have to be a patron. It is.
So think about it.
And
Think
now
about
here are the names of our patrons who are already there in this
it.
exclusive.
Those who came before you. We have Cheaper by the Dungeon.
Yes.
Lucas Duff.
Fucking, where's my list?
You're just so
Marcus Brackelman.
Eric B. Rhodes.
Noodle.
The Abale Queen.
It's Nicole.
It's Randy.
Randy. Love it. I forgot what order.
No, we're doing random. I think we just broken it now. It's Wybots999.
Trevor. Forever.
Ben. The Bridge Maker.
And it's Doff or Daphne.
Clayton, a.k.a. Dogmeat.
And Sheena.
Thank you to all of our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. You made this possible, and you continue to make more possible. Anything is possible with the power of friendship.
And your patronage.
We love you. We love you.
We love you. Thank you. And if you want to join them, then head on over to Patreon. The link is in the show notes. You get access to all of our back catalog and our first campaign, along with early access to our Sidearm second podcast. Whole month of early access there and secret Discord privileges. But
Secret treats.
yes. But other than that, we will see you all next week, you bastards.
I can't wait.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Tune in next time for another edge-of-your-seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our